online, on the go. Fox Toledo News at 10 starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Sean Hegarty. Laura Emerson has the night off. It wasn't pretty, but with 24 hours to spare, Toledo now has a balanced budget. Fox Toledo's Heather Miller was there for tonight's meeting. She's live with how they accomplished it.
Well, Sean, it was actually a marathon meeting, and after chipping away at it for 4.5 hours, the administration as well as Toledo City Council, they made enough cuts to finally balance that budget. Now, here's how they did it. They went ahead and they declared exigent circumstances and essentially forced most unions to take concessions. Those include now paying an increased health care premium as well as the elimination of pension pickups. Now, that applies to all unions except for the fire union, which already agreed to concessions, and Teamsters Local 20, which the mayor says is close to an agreement with the administration. Now, other changes include a new monthly trash fee, which will be $15 beginning on April 1st. And a tax increase for Toledoans who work outside the city. They will now have to pay 25% of their Toledo taxes in addition to what they already pay elsewhere.
There was some really good discussion and dialogue, and I think that we got down to where maybe it's not the perfect situation, but we found something that maybe will be a little bit more palatable to our general public as well as internal.
I give credit to the administration for working things out. You saw them tonight with their calculators. So, they worked hard, and I give them credit. And that's the purpose of how we do things here, is debate it out, flushed out, majority rules.
I knew we would get there. It wasn't easy. I didn't approve of all of the measures, but I pushed myself as hard as I could in terms of where I was at in my previous positions, and encouraged members of council to do the same thing.
Now, the 2010 budget now sits in the balance at around $223 million. It was able to be balanced without that ticket tax, which was being tossed around. Now, that was a fee that would have been tacked onto sporting and other entertainment events, but like I said, that did not happen. Council was also able to come up with some money to fill the gap by allowing for more vacant positions to go unfilled, and by increasing tax revenue projections by an additional $2 million due to the rebound of the auto industry. Now, tonight's vote comes about 24 hours before the deadline. By law, a balanced budget must be passed by the city by the 31st of March, which would have been tomorrow. Now, by passing this tonight with 24 hours left to go, that means it looks like the city will not have to be taken over by the state. Reporting live tonight, Heather Miller, Fox Toledo News.
Now, one of the unions affected by those exigent circumstances vote is the Toledo Police Patrolmen's Association. Last week, the union rejected the city's concession proposal. TPPA President Dan Wagner says a lack of trust in Mayor Mike Bell and his administration was a defining factor in the vote. Wagner says today's council vote will only make things worse.
Today's move may set in action a course that we may not be able to get our guys to come off of. They were already somewhat upset with the actions that he took, and now I think him doing this, where he's just coming in and violating our contract unilaterally, may cause them to not even want to sit back down or agree to anything he puts in front of them.
The TPPA plans to fight today's council vote by filing for a temporary restraining order in court tomorrow. However, Wagner admits winning that legal fight could mean layoffs for his officers. He also said today that the council's actions could mean a blue flu might be going around the city. Basically, officers would show their displeasure by calling in sick, although Wagner says he's not encouraging that to happen. So are you mad the city of Toledo is waiting until the last minute to balance the budget? That's our Fox Toledo feedback question this evening. Mark writes, no, I just hope they get it right with the least amount of pain. Tracy says no, it takes time to get that kind of money balanced. I'm actually glad because it tells me they have tried to think of every option instead of just jumping in with both feet. Your feedback is still welcome. You can find us at Twitter or Facebook or by sending us an email.